Hi everyone. Yes, I have a blanket wrapped around me. It's cold. It's cold and like, you guys, I'm still not healthy. Like, I don't know. All right. Anyways, I have the Nomad limited edition Santa's Village palette. I had a friend who did not like it very much send it to me, and I am so excited to try this. I will be doing a 3 looks, 1 palette video. Number 1, I'm freaking so excited. I know I already said that. The person who sent it to me and gave it to me, you know who you are, so thank you very much. I am going to go into Fir Tree. I feel like this palette has had so much, it's like one of those palettes that people are talking about not liking or whatever because of the new shimmer formula and the color story. Personally, I like the color story, but I haven't used it yet, so we'll see, because I love Christmas. I love Christmas so much. I know that might be a surprise to some of you, but yes, I do enjoy Christmas. I love Halloween more, but I love Christmas. And I used to hate Christmas, and then I had kids, and I'm like, rude. And then I was like, damn, I really like Christmas because I had so much fun getting stuff for my kids, you know. And now I'm going to go into the red Santa, and I'm gonna put it right here. This red kind of leans a little pink, which is fine. It blends out nicely without needing like another shade though. It like kind of lightens up. If you hear my son snoring, he's in the living room right now sleeping away. It is the weekend, so I don't make them go to bed super early. And so sometimes he likes to stay up a little late and watch, not watch, and play video games. I'm gonna go into the gray, it's Elf, and yeah, he's sleeping in the living room because sometimes he likes to wake up and go into the living room and sleep, which is fine. So that gray definitely took over that green. I should have gone into a smaller brush because I still wanted that green, but I was wondering what would happen if I layered the two, and I did get a very dark charcoal, almost black, which I like. I'm gonna go back into Fir Tree and I'm gonna put it on the top because I'm just kind of rethinking my look. I'm not sure if I'm liking that, but yeah, I am super freaking stoked to be playing around with this palette. I'm gonna take the white, which is called White Christmas, and this is the shade, the matte shade that a lot of people have complained about because it's not very opaque, and a lot of people don't think that it needs to be in the palette for how small it is. They could have picked something else. And I mean, it's blending out and I sort of see it. I do see it a little bit. But I do kind of get like, there should have been maybe a blue. Like a light blue. But I could be tripping. I don't like what I did over here. It's very dark, which dark is fine, but it like is a lot on top right here. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I was kind of hoping that that green would be like blend out more green, because all I did was put the green up here, but it kind of turned really gray. So I'm just gonna dab my sponge up here in hopes that that sort of picks up some of that shadow, and it sort of did. Well, that helped a little bit, but yeah, I think that a blue in this palette would have been really nice, or even a purple. but a blue would have gone with, like, you know, but isn't that pretty? That's really pretty. Okay, so I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this, but we're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with it, okay? There's not much I can do about it. I'm just gonna take some glitter glue from NYX, and I am going to put it on my eye because the shimmers, I've heard, are a challenge to work with. So I'm gonna go ahead and dab on this glitter glue. And because it is a challenge, I am not gonna wipe off the glue. And I'm gonna go into Rudolph. And hopefully the stickiness of the brush will help pick these up. And no, did not work. Well, sort of. I don't know if you guys can see it because you're so far away. I'm using a more dense brush to try and help with picking things up. I'm going to use the other side, and I'm going to go into Winter Lights, which is the green. They are chunky, and I kind of like that. I'm into chunky. So, and because I don't like the way it looks up here, I'm literally bringing the shimmer up. I'm gonna go back into Rudolph, and I'm just switching my brushes around. I'm liking that, sort of. You guys are kind of far away. The shimmer is really pretty. I'm not liking what I did with the mattes though. But I'm going to take a sponge tip applicator that I got from Deanne Loves Makeup, and I am going to use it and go into the Rudolph. Now, I feel like these are just so hard pressed, which is interesting. And the more you touch it, the harder it gets pressed in the pan. It is showing up, and you do see it, and it is pretty. So I'm not mad at it. I didn't have to work that hard. Okay, I'm gonna flip it, and I'm gonna go back into the Winter Lights, and ooh, that really picked up that green. Ooh, I like that. I will say I do think that I didn't add any on this brush. I do think that a blue would have added a lot to this palette. But, oh, that is so pretty! Not my mattes. Ignore my mattes. But those shimmers, I like them. It looks like a fucking Christmas ball threw up on my face. Like a shimmery Christmas ball. I'm gonna go into Santa and put it on my, you know, bottom lash line. And I'm gonna go into the fir tree and put it on my outer. I don't mind layering these two because I know that it's gonna go like black and dark and whatever. But if you want to keep, you know, you don't normally want to mix your reds with your greens unless you know that you're gonna get something that is not pretty. Okay, and then the next thing I want to do is take a clean side, the other side of the sponge tip, and I am going to dip into this one, and it's called Sauna, and it's like a purple, which I've seen some, it's like a purple silver red, and I've seen some people use this on top of the red or the gray and get more of a purple look, which I thought was really pretty. Yeah. So I'm just throwing that on the inner portion of my eye for the highlight. So actually, I think I'm gonna go into the center shade, which is called Core Ventura. I have no idea. Maybe I should know that, but I don't, you guys. And I'm gonna put it on top of the other one. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face and I'll be right back, okay? Okay guys, this is look number 1 and I'm enjoying the palette so far. I used Beauty Creations Dare to Be Bright Center Stage for my waterline, and I used my favorite lip formula of all time in Dahlia. This is the Kaleidos Lip Clay. Oh my god, I just dropped the eyeliner. Anyways, I put a little bit of the red shimmer on my lips, the Rudolph. I like these shimmers, and I had a feeling I would, and so I'm excited. They are chunky. If you don't like chunky, they're not for you. I think that a brush like this, or a brush with the you know, the old school brushes, work best for the shimmers, or your fingers. I did not use my fingers at all, and I feel like I got a good amount of shimmer. I feel like something like this with a very dense, very rough, you're gonna pick them up. Now if you want like a precise shimmer look, obviously you can't use something like this, and something like this would be a little bit easier for something more precise, but I wanted it to be super, you know, bam. I literally feel like I look like a freaking shiny Christmas ball, you know, like the glittery ones, the plastic glittery ones. I feel like that's what my shimmer looks like, and I love it. So yeah, I look very, very Christmassy and very dramatic. I would wear this out. I know this look isn't for everybody, but you know, it's me. It's a lot, and I do dig it. I am going to go now because this is going to be a very long video.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time.
Day 2, but it's really day 1. I do have my base done. I use different products for this base because that's how I am. So I had originally washed everything off. But the reason I have my base on right now is because the chunks of glitter from the shimmers was quite a bit, and it was like on my face. So to kind of cover that up, I put on my base, which helped get the rest of that glitter off of my face. But that's not unusual for shimmers for me, especially shimmers like this. So yeah, I'm gonna go into this look, the elf. So clearly I can't give you like a rundown on like how it stayed through the day, but I will be wearing it all day at work, which I feel like is the best indicator of how a shadow will work on me, because I have a physical job and I do get, you know, sweaty. So I wanted to do less of a Christmas look, although this will turn out Christmassy. I mean, if you have, like for me, any greens and reds will look Christmas around this time of year. So, and I do plan on wearing this look for the rest of the day. I just really wanted to play around with this makeup, and I wasn't gonna do 2 looks in one day because I like never do that, but like I said, I just really wanted to play more with this palette. I'm excited, and I want to get my videos up for you. So since this is a fairly new palette and it's limited edition, I'm unsure if I'm gonna do a red or green under whatever, whatever. I'm not even going to talk right now because clearly I am not speaking right. I don't think that these glitters or these shimmers are going to be for everybody. I don't mind the extra work, but they're so chunky and flaky and reflective, and I really do like them so far. We'll see how the fallout is. You know, I'll have an idea after today and tomorrow, because I will be wearing this all day, like I said, and my next look. I was gonna go into the blue one, or the purple one, but I think I'm gonna go into the blue piece because I didn't use this one yet. And clearly it's not picking up. I mean, it is a little bit, but not a lot. So like you can sort of see, maybe you're kind of far away. But do you see it? I don't know. So because of that, I'm going to go into this applicator. And you can use your fingers. I've heard using your fingers works with this palette, but I'm just not interested in using my finger right now. Which I do use my fingers, and I don't have a problem with using my fingers, especially since I haven't been doing acrylics. But if you've got acrylics and stuff, finger is not ideal for you guys, and I know that. I'm gonna go back into my brush. This one is less chunky, I feel like, than the other ones. I think you could probably hear some sort of music or something. One of my kids has something going. I don't know what they're watching. But yeah, this brush, I don't know what it is. I wish I could tell you, but it's really dense, thick, and a little bit kind of like, I don't know, sharp. And I really feel like that picked the shadow up really nicely. I do want to go into the purple, the sauna shade, and I think I want to put it up here, maybe to add a little bit of a center piece or something. I know you guys are kind of far away. Would you guys like to be closer? I don't know. Sometimes when I bring you up closer, my camera likes to talk more, and some of you can hear the little clinky noises, and I try really hard not to have that happen, but it does, and I don't know what to do about it. So I'm just gonna bring the gray down here, adding it there, and I think that I might want to add just a touch of red right here in the front portion. And this is where I think a blue would have been nice instead of that white, because I do think, or like a purple, I think that would have given somebody more options. I'm just gonna take this really fluffy brush and I'm gonna go into the White Christmas. It's just their white, which isn't even white. It's more of a eggshell. It's not even eggshell to me, because when I think of eggshell, I think of like a yellowy off, I don't know. It's more, it's more of like a gray white, a white with like a hint of a gray in it. So I'm gonna go into this shade. It's called Curvature. I don't know what it's called. I can't say it. And I'm gonna place it in the center, just like such. There is no glitter primer in the center, and I do feel like it's sticking. I do think that that's one of the benefits of this type of formula that it has, because it's so tightly packed that when it does adhere to your eye, I do think, in my opinion, first I'll let you know more, but I do think that because it adheres like it does, it's so deeply packed that it will stay on your eye. This is look number 2. I'm gonna go finish up and I will come back. Okay, this is look number 2 and I really kind of dig it. Yeah, I like those shimmers. They look super freaking pretty. I'm not sure how I feel about the red. in the, like, with this look, but it does kind of bring a little bit of attention. For my lips, I used the Smashbox Punked Matte, and I also kind of, I also kind of sprinkled on that Peace shimmer, but not like a lot. And you guys, there's a little bit of a blue shimmer on my face as well. And I just took a brush like this, a fluffy brush, and I used the Peace, and I do feel like you can see the blue. So I did use that as well on top of the pink highlighter I had played down. I just felt like I needed more of a blue shimmer to kind of go with this, look. And it worked fairly well. I didn't have much issues adding it or whatever. So yes, look number 2, which I like better than look number 3. We'll see what we create for look number 3 tomorrow, because I'm not doing 3 looks in one day. So I'll see you tomorrow.
It's clear to see from up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful.
We are gonna go into Santa. So I was thinking that I sort of felt like I have tried shimmers like this, and I found something in my collection that isn't exact, but they are kind of similar and it reminds me of them. So we'll talk about that, and I'll show you swatches a little bit towards the, you know, at the end of this. How have you guys been? If you hear lickety lickety, I have Mr. Mez sitting right next to me. Lickety licketing. Mez, enough. He's not gonna listen to me. I am gonna go into Elf and just deepen up a little bit. Just a little bit. You guys, it's Monday. I work 3 days this week. But the students are only in the building for 2, but the teachers are in the building for all 3 of the days that I work. I do think it's weird that I have Black Friday off, but I don't have Christmas Eve off. Like, it's a paid holiday for me. Black Friday is. I mean, I'm not complaining that I have that off, but also I would like to have, I don't know, I would prefer to have Christmas Eve off. Just me. I'm gonna go into the White Christmas. I don't know why that is, or like why I don't know. I didn't realize Black Friday was a holiday. Thanksgiving for me, you guys, isn't a holiday. We do eat and get together with my mom and sometimes Amy's family, but rare. But I'm not a, I'm Native American. I'm very Native American, and it's not a day of thankfulness and happiness for most Native Americans who know the history. A lot of people died in that era and that, you know, peace treaty that was made, and it's a day of remembrance and whatnot. So yeah, and the feast was 3 days. I don't know if you guys knew that. It wasn't just one day, it was 3 days. So maybe that's why Black Friday, like, I don't know, because quite frankly I don't call it Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We get together and eat because we have the days off. Yeah, but Amy does work actually this Thanksgiving. But anyways, I am going to go into sauna. I took some glitter glue, if you are wondering, on my eye. I didn't say that. So, I know that even like some of my Native American family members, they still celebrate Thanksgiving and, you know, stuff. I still have Native American family members who, I don't know, they do stuff that I personally wouldn't do. So if you don't know your history, you should. And, you know, like, and, you know, I remember in elementary school and stuff when we were doing the Pilgrim and Native American feast, and some people would dress up as pilgrims and other people would dress up as Native Americans, and they'd have headbands with feathers. That's the culture I grew up in. Yeah. Okay. I am going to take one of the applicators that I got from Dion Loves Makeup, and I'm gonna go back into that sauna shade and use this because I'm feeling like I need to pick up even more. But they didn't teach, you know, they don't teach the history of Thanksgiving, I don't feel like, very well. And I feel like it's something we just kind of gloss over, and we're supposed to be talking about all the things we're thankful for and being thankful when Thanksgiving, it wasn't a thankful time for many people. It wasn't a, like, I don't know. I don't know. Just my thoughts. I know that might, you know, upset some of you or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna go into the shade that I cannot pronounce, this one, and I'm gonna place it on the center. I don't care that other people celebrate and stuff, and we kind of celebrate, you know, like we get together. We don't call it celebrating, but you know what I mean. So I am going to bring the red down on the bottom. I am really enjoying this palette, you guys. I know that it's like so, some people don't really like it, but I really do enjoy it, and I'm so excited that it was gifted to me by somebody. I know the person who gifted it to me just didn't really enjoy it very much, and that's what I love so much about makeup is that we all have different likes or dislikes or whatever with makeup. Like, we don't all, what works for me might not work for you. I'm gonna go back into e.l.f., which is that gray. I still think that that white should have been a blue or purple. I'm just taking some of the red and adding it. Sorry, I'm not really explaining what I'm doing. I'm gonna go back into the White Christmas. This look is very dramatic. My oldest, that's who you hear right now moving around, just woke up, and I mean, it's early-ish. It's 8:30. I'm gonna go back into the sauna. But she goes to a different school district than the other two now, and so she is home. She doesn't have school for the whole week, actually, which was really shocking. And then I'm gonna take Rudolph, which is this one. So the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into Peace and bringing it on my brow bone. I said that was my last step, but I think I'm gonna take the piece and put it down here as well, because why not? I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and I will be right back. Okay guys, this is the finished look, and it is by far my favorite. I love it, love it, love it. It is very much me. For my waterline, I use the same waterline I used in all three looks, Center Stage by Beauty Creations. For my lashes, I used Enchanted Fox Lashes from Fox Lashes. I got them from Leanna Dalton. I really like them. For my lippy, I used the Ciate London in Royal. Very pretty, very dark. You can sheer it out and make it lighter, but I wanted the darkness. And yeah, this is the finished look. I absolutely love it. What do you think? Number 3 is my favorite. Number 3 is my favorite. Which look was your favorite? What do you think? What do you think of this palette? Are you having mixed feelings about it? I like it. Like I said multiple times, the only thing I would change is this white shade, and I would make it like a blue or a purple. So I think that these shimmers in the Norns palette, not all of them because there's different formulas, but in this Norns palette from Odin's Eye are similar formula to this. It kind of gets like that hard pan-ish look on it when you touch it or use it, and it just reminds me of the formula in the Nomad. I'm gonna do this Optimism and this Charming shade. Now that one was a little bit more, and I'm gonna do this Self. The Odin's ones are a little bit more opaque, but it has that, except for that silver one, it has that I don't know, soft weird texture to it, and they do like hard pan. Now they are more opaque. They're more of a less of a topper, but that silver topper that you can't see is very, very similar. Like the formula in this palette, the Optimism shade is what really made me, you know, think of this palette, because it does like hard pan out. It is not very opaque. It's more of a topper, and it's got that soft mushy feeling to it. However, when I swatch the other shades, they are definitely more opaque and not exactly the same. This formula is a little bit nicer if you're looking for opaque. This is more of a topper, but you guys, anyways, they're not really the same now that I've played with them, but that's where my mind was going at first. But I'm a little bit wrong, but I thought I'd just, you know, mention it. But anyways, I like it a lot, and I am so thankful and excited to have it, because I really do like the shimmers. I do like the color story. I do have a Santa fetish, and yeah, I'm excited for it. I feel like I'm the oddball out on this because a lot of people didn't like it or love it, and I do. I know. I don't know. I'm weird. So anyways, that is my 3 looks, and I'm just gonna go. Okay, bye.